in your airports, that's when you know this place is different. Because American airports, unlike airports everywhere in the world, which have a certain level of joy and just all around happiness, American airports, they're like concentration camps. It's just, just people walking barefoot in single file. Oh, it's no joke. There's even signs that say no jokes. You're like, really? It's just insane. You walk through those airports and you have to do things in American airports you don't do anywhere else in the world, Like you have to take your shoes off. Your shoes come off, and you don't know this as a foreigner, but they don't care. They're like, you, take your shoes off. I'm like, my what? Your shoes, take them off. Like, why? For safety, sir. Like, I'm keeping them on for your safety, my friend. You don't do this anywhere. I remember flying into Dubai one year, and as we get into the airport, this woman, an American woman, started taking off her shoes and those guys. I mean, you must understand, when you're in the Middle East as a woman, you're already a sin. And now to be taking your clothes off in public, these guys lost their mind. They were just like, Hilary, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? She's like, I'm taking my clothes off. They're like, no, what are you doing? She's like, I'm taking them off. Why are you taking your clothes off? She's like, so the machine works. She's like, no, this is a machine, not your husband. You don't need to get naked. Put your clothes on and walk through, you whore. You don't do it anywhere else. But then you come out here, you have to take off your shoes and you have to take your jacket off to walk through the metal detector. And they are mean about it. They will shout to you. They're like, you, take it off. And you don't know what to take off. You don't take it off anywhere else, so you don't know what to take off. So you're like, you, take it off. Take what off? Take it off, sir. Take what off? Take it off now. What? Your clothes. Take them. My clothes? And now you're standing there, this man shouting at you, telling you to take your clothes off. You feel like a child in a Catholic church. It's horrible. It's just, you're just standing there. I mean, I understand the need for security, but they don't need to shout at you. At least, if they tried to be nice, maybe if they chanted instead of shouting, instead of take it off, if they were like, take it off, you'd be like, yeah, woo, security, safe and sexy. They don't. This is a harrowing experience as you come in. And the worst is when you have to go through passport control. Oh, as Americans, you don't feel the pain. But as a foreigner, it's a whole different game. As Americans, you walk through to the U.S. citizens line, and they welcome you back like you on some secret mission. And you're just like, welcome home, sir. When you're a foreigner, you have to wait in a super long line, and then they tease you. The line goes right to the front, and then it comes back, and you finally get there, and you have to wait for that, and they're standing there, and the guys are like, sir, come on, sir, step forward, step forward, sir, step forward, forward, back, behind the line, sir, back, get back, sir, get back. It's a stress. You're standing there, and now you have to answer questions. Horrible, like you don't understand. It's the stress, You're standing there and you don't want to get any of the questions wrong, because just like school, they'll send you back. So you stand there and you have to answer them into a microphone that's placed strategically low, almost so that you have to bow to the American as you answer every question of his. I ask you these questions you feel like you know the answers to, but when you're there, I just handed the man my passport, to which he replied, "Is this you?" Never before have I felt so much pressure to look like myself. I was like, I was younger then. It's horrible. And then he starts rattling them off. It's your first time in the United States of America, sir? Yes. Your first time, sir, is that correct? Yes. Sir, what is the duration of your visit out here? I'm going to be here for 6 months. 6 months, sir? Is that correct? Yes. Sir, what is the purpose of your visit in the United States of America?
I'm here for holiday.
Holiday, sir?
Yes.
Which one?
My one.
Could you elaborate, sir?
Holiday.
Yeah, what do you mean holiday, sir?
You know, like holiday, like woo, woo, woo. Yeah, holiday. Woo, yeah. Holiday.
You mean vacation, sir?
And then on top of the flight delays that you have to contest with, there's also like overbooking, which is a problem. You know, I don't know if you know what overbooking is, but basically it's a legal process where it's a practice rather where airlines book more tickets than there are seats on the plane. So they book more, sort of like a taxi. But then they don't let you get on when you get there. So they just hope you don't pitch up. He's like, please, please. Yeah. You know, that's what they do. And so we flying down to Durban, and it was the funniest thing ever. We're standing in the queue, everyone's all fidgety in the line, looking at their watches, and they call us forward. They're like, next, please, next. So we go to the counter, and there's one of those women there with her glasses and her relaxed hair, and she's there. And then she's like, can I have your ID, please? And you're like, IDs, everyone puts them down. She's like, where are you flying? And we're like, Durban, please. She's like, Durban. Durban. Yes. Mm-hmm. Are you flying now? No, tomorrow. It's a practice run. Are you flying? And we're like, yes, we need to fly now. Okay, and then she starts typing frantically, which I never understand, because when I book my tickets, all I need to do is click. It's click, Joe, that one, click, Durb, that one, click, and then it does it all, and then she's there. I bet she wasn't even busy doing our tickets anymore. She's just like there, clicking. She's probably on like Facebook or something there, updating her status. Yo, another one, is here. I'm dead, another one, yo, dead, you overbooking, dead, oh, poke back, dead, you dead, death by overbooking, yo. I love business class, you know. You get to go to a special lounge where everyone's very businessy, yes. No, it is, because when you're in business class, you overhear conversations, and they sound totally different, you know. You overhear people saying things like, yes, well, the mergers are coming along. I mean, if you look at the companies that are, you know, people walking around, well, I mean, if the numbers are right, then we'll definitely get that stock portfolio going. And you got people walking there, you know, just, no, I'm in the kids of this situation to make sure that all the shareholders are happy, and then we'll present to management, and it's going to be a installment of what, okay, you know, you hear like businessy kind of stuff. Whereas when you're in economy, it's just like a huge group of people. You generally overhear conversations like, I thought you put it in the bag. You said you put it in the bag. What? It was on the table. I asked you to put it more. Why is it not in the bag? Oh, wow.
America, credit is very important. I don't understand the concept. I'm in the car dealership, and there's this Asian gentleman helping me. We're going through the forms, and he says, so how long have you lived in America for? I said, I haven't lived here for long. He said, oh, this not good for you. This not good for you. I said, what do you mean? He says, no, you cannot lease car in America unless you've been here a long time, because then you don't have credit, okay? You don't. I said, well, I've got the money to pay for it. He said, yeah, that's not the point, okay? That's not the point. In America, okay, in this country, we want credit, okay? Our country focus on credit. If you got good credit, you can buy anything. We don't care about money. We want credit. I said, well, credit is the assumption that you can pay back the money. He's like, no, that don't count here, okay? In our country, you have good credit, you can buy anything, okay? You got good credit. He's like, our country. And I was like, look, I hate to be rude, but when you say our country, do you mean our because you live here now? Or our because the Chinese own it? And he was like, it's a bit of both, okay? Yeah. But no credit for you, no car. Okay, goodbye. I had to just buy myself a car, you know, this horrible thing, drive around. And that's the worst thing, driving in America, wow. On the other side of the road, you feel like a rebel, you know, until you see the other cars coming, and then it's not so much fun. You know how many times I did that, just going to the wrong side? Ah! And don't trust movies. It's not easy to do that whole thing. No, people don't just drive and no, they stop. They just look at you and go, what are you doing? In the movies, you drive past. What are you doing? Aren't you supposed to? No, they don't drive. They just wait for you to turn around, and the street is so small. You're doing one of those turns, just watching them in your shame, just like it's horrible. I had to practice for months. It was the worst. I remember I drove into a street once. I thought I'd learned. It had been months. I'd been doing it well. And then I turned into the wrong way. And I saw this little old Asian lady driving towards me. And I was like, no! And there was nobody else. So I swerved the car around. I was like, whoa! I was like, yeah! Hero! And I drove. And there were 50 cars coming this way. And I was like, ah, you bitch! Ah. And I told my friend the story. I told him this. I was like, oh, this is what happened. And he was like, oh, that's so funny, man. That's so funny. And he's like, who was driving the car? I said, a little old Asian lady. And he's like, oh, yeah, you can't say that, man. You can't say that. I said, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, you can't say she's Asian. I said, why not? He's like, yeah, because that's racist. I said, what, that she's Asian? He's like, nah, if she's a bad driver and you say she's Asian, that's racist. So let me get this straight. Asians are not allowed to be called bad drivers. Is this not racism in itself? Everyone else is allowed the world of bad drivers. But if I'm driving on the freeway behind an Asian person and they're swerving around, and I go, this bad driver, you drive like crap. And I pull up next to them, I'm like, oh, no, sorry. You're not a bad driver. You're just Asian. I'm sorry. Not racism in itself.